at start, nobody supported me. Well, this music was inside me from day one because my dad also used to sing. So I kind of got this God gifted to me. Decided that I will leave office and I will do what I'm doing. Wasn't easy. Trust me on this, wasn't easy. And nobody can plan a sudden change of lifestyle or sudden change in life. It's a big change when you decide something not to do and decide something to do. I won't go far. I can notice this happening into me also. And it's kind of natural because you start to value your time. At phase of life, you start to value your time. You're like, hey, my time, my every minute have a earning, and I have to make sure that this time is valuable. सुन रे सवेरा तू धरती पे आना यूं सुन रे सवेरा तू धरती पे आना यूं धरती की ठंडक को छू के मिटाना.
So hello everyone and welcome to today's session. My name is Jayani, and in this video I am here with a very special guest, Shaskvir, and he is a singer, he is a songwriter, he is a producer, and he is a multitasking person. You can say editor and a lot of stuff he do by himself. So first of all, I would like to tell about his achievements. So first of all, welcome Shaskvir to the session.
Hello everyone. Hi, Shaskvir here. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us your time slot for this and helping my students with this main topic. So about Shaskvir, I would like to tell you some things. Till now, 35 original songs has been released out of him, out of which 6 are with Z Music, 1 is with T Series, and have got nominated for Radio Mirchi Award in 2018 for song RAAHI, and got front page interview with Russian newspaper for the song which he shooted in Russia, and he also won Best Lyrics Award for the song Parinda. And Divana Tera song by him got top 3 on Apple Music and top 200 chart in 2019. And Doob Jane De top 10 on Apple Music and top 200 chart in 2019. So it's like wo Shaskvir. So a lot of things.
It's already became so action.
Okay. So that was like, I'm not that good in this entertainment or singing field. I'm an educator, so मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं पता. But when I saw your profile and like Z, T Series, Apple, all the brands, Radio Mirchi are associated with you. First of all, I would like to ask like how you feel working with with such brand names with you.
If I talk about working with brands, it's just like how you're working normally in everyday lifestyle, what you're doing. It depends on the type of job. Either you're working in your education field, for example, either somebody's working in the construction field. It doesn't matter the brand, it matters the quality of product which you are going to produce for the listeners. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're releasing a track from Z Music or T Series or anywhere. It matters the quality of the product which you're releasing. So experience is kind of same even if you're working freelance or you are working with them. Just a little bit of exposure that people starts to trust you more. That's the only factor which get added on the profile of yours when you are coming up with brand. For example, if I would have just released my track normally, like, hey, Shaskvir is a singer-songwriter, he is making original track. But just because you add up, he released his tracks with J Music, T Series and XYZ. So it just adds up the brand value to your quality of product. That's it.
Yeah, people start trusting you more with your work.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it just helps in the initial stage, and after that your work speaks, right? Great.
Exactly, totally.
So I would like to ask you, like, when and what made you decide to pursue a career in entertainment? Like, the Indian family is not easily support, going in taking entertainment as profession. So whether they were like, convinced with your career option or not, and like when and what made you pursue this?
Frankly, as you already mentioned in your question, that Indian families are not supportive, right? So same was the problem here. At start, nobody supported me. Well, this music was inside me from day one because My dad also used to sing, so I kind of got this God gifted to me.
Okay.
But at start, nobody supports you. They all are like, "Now you have to be engineer, you have to be doctor." So
Yeah.
same was with me. So in school time, I used to sing on those stages where everyone is your students, right? They are going to listen. So we'll talk about that. You must be aware of those assembly grounds where kids used to stand and they sing their morning assembly. So I used to do that in school time. So my teachers used to ask me, "Hey, why not you join the music classes?" And I'm like, "Nah, my dad will kill me if I'll do that." So that was the disaster which I was facing at start. Slowly and steady, I kept on doing what I loved, and some friends and family kept on appreciating, even though they were not supporting me professionally into it, but they kind of enjoyed when I used to sing. And later in life, when I guess most of the students who are in school right now, they must have heard these lines that beta आज पढ़ लो, पढ़ाई कर लो, later on जिंदगी पड़ी है ये सब चीज करने के लिए, right? So I've been through that. So my parents were the same. They used to say, बेटा आज पढ़ लो, बाकी लाइफ पड़ी है ये सब अचीवमेंट्स करने के लिए, ये जो भी हॉबीज हैं और जो भी ये म्यूजिक विजिक है. But once I reached to college, I decided that I have to do it. I want to do it, so I will do it. So I started. It was not serious. It was just because I had it inside me, so I wanted to bring it out in front of my friends, family, or some here and there people, or maybe my teachers. So slowly it started with Fresher Day, and then it started to go from one show to another in college only, then another college's show, then from colleges to bigger stage. And later in life, I shifted from New Delhi, where I was doing my computer science engineering, by the way. I have completed
Okay,
it
you
somehow.
are an engineer means you have that tag too. Great.
So what happened after doing my engineering, I came to Mumbai, and then I started with my music career thing. I was doing music, but it was just for the sake of it that I have to establish myself in front of my friends and families or whoever is listening to me. But later, when I came to Mumbai, I was so strong in my belief that I have something to achieve, and I guess I will do in music only, because it is not like that I haven't worked for any company before. I worked for an MNC, and I was working for KLM Airlines before. But every entered office, I used to sit on my desk and I'm just looking at the clock that when it will hit to the time when it will be time to go back home. And I realized that I'm not mentally here. I'm just being here physically. Mentally, I'm somewhere else. And I every time I'm writing song in some pages or some sheet. So I decided that, okay, let's proceed with something. Just do it, because you can't sail in two boats. So that's why I decided I will go for music. Either I'm earning big, either I'm earning small, either I'm not earning anything. But it will be my decision, my take. That's what I did.
So it means your pitch point is like, I think the college time you finally, started pursuing your hobby, I consider.
You can kind of give an music.
And during job, it I think gave a strong maybe that emotion or motivation to you that no, I have to do this, right? Okay.
In office, you feel like you're not mentally there, so you can't do something when you're not mentally there. It is a saying somewhere. Somebody said that that I can never be a good engineer, and I realized that fact that I can never be a good engineer, whereas I can be a good singer because my dedication, my heart is there. That's all.
So, like as Shaskvir, you were earning well. You were working with an MNC. You are a computer engineer, so you must be earning well also. So, like shifting, deciding that I'm not going to do this, and then what you did? You joined something which helped you financially, or you started with zero, and because you were independent. You are earning means you are independent. You are financially free, and suddenly you decide to change your career. So you start with something कि पहले कुछ ढूंढ लेते हैं जिससे थोड़ा फाइनेंशियल कुछ हो जाए, because this is something students feel like कि ना मतलब फाइनेंशियली फ्री नहीं हो पाएंगे, घर वालों से लेना पड़ेगा मनी अमाउंट जो भी है इसमें, या कुछ महीनों तक काम नहीं किया तो फिर कैसे सर्वाइव करेंगे. तो how you survived actually quitting the job and shifting to your singing career?
Decided that I will leave office and I will do what I'm doing. Wasn't easy. Trust me on this, wasn't easy. And nobody can plan a sudden change of lifestyle or sudden change in life. It's a big change when you decide something not to do and decide something to do. So that phase I was also in. Earning was handsome enough to just fill up my bills and pay my bills. That's all I was doing all these years. Until the day I decided that I will quit. And trust me, those months were not easy. But the only thing which was in my head, that it doesn't matter if I'm earning or not earning. I have my roof, I have my house, I have my things which is needed for working this thing. So slowly and steady, I started to grab music in my head, that this is how it is working, this is how the field. Because when I started, I was a total newcomer in music. I only knew that how to sing a song, but I wasn't aware of the facts of the music, like how to get it released, from where to earn money in music, and how your music is produced. Frankly, I was just aware of sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, and that's it. Nobody was ready to teach me or anything. And if I have to learn something, I needed to have at least 50 to 60k in my pocket to learn something from somebody, which was not there. So at start, I remember that I approached few friends and fellows or whomever I saw online, that okay, I need to make a song and I need some guidance in something. Nobody came forward. Trust me, nobody do. So what happened? The only thing you learn at that phase of life, that some things in life, when you decide, it's only you who will find the path to reach to the success and the goal which you have to achieve.
Completely.
And that's what when I was there. When I started music, I went to some producer. So, sir, I need to make a music and I have some savings in my pocket from the work I was doing previously. So he's like, yeah, of course, it will be 35,000 for the music, and then recording will be around 1,000 per hour, and mix and master will be around something. So final charges will be around 60 to 70k, and we will be sorted. And I'm like, wow, this is so awesome to hear, just to hear. But I was thinking, man, he just said it so easily. That means he is making that much money in the music. So I'm overwhelmed with that. Oh, one day I will do the same thing. So, but at the same time, I was thinking about my pocket. Am I having that much money to pay for this thing which he's talking right now? It is just making me overwhelmed, but I don't have money in my pocket. I was thinking that, okay, it will be something around 1, 2, 3k and I will be sorted. Then I went home and I decided, nah, I don't have money. So that means it gives me alternative. What? Learning. Yeah. So this is where I come to the main point, why education is important, as we are talking here. Yeah. So at that phase of life, when I wasn't aware of music, so what I did, I explored YouTube. I started learning things, how to produce a music, how to record a song, how to edit a song. So it took me some time to get my hands clear, but trust me on this, the things which I learned are the things which are paying me my bills currently. Even I'm talking to you right now, I'm trying to describe something related to music. It's all because of the things which I have learned while on the way to pursue the things which I have. So things at start are never easy, but things which you learn while pursuing that dream makes you earn money which nobody can take from you. Trust me on this. Currently, I have my studio in Mumbai. I'm recording different artists. I'm making music for different producers, for different levels, for example, G Music, T Series, or whichever producers or levels you're talking about. So it's all about the talent which you have inside, inbuilt in you. And the next thing, the very important thing, is the learning which you do while going different phases of life, while achieving the dreams which you have in your head. So it doesn't matter. It is not only limited to music. I would say it is limited to every field or every dream you have. When you try to pursue them, meanwhile you start learning things which nobody can take from you. It helps you later on. Experiences matters. That's why people and older people say that, trust me, I have experience. I have knowledge which is required for the enlightenment. So this is it, I would say.
True, agreed, great. So it's really inspiring. One thing I would like to ask from this, that you said that passion is required, learning is important. So every student do that. Even me, nobody helps anyone, not students help each other. I'm also a creator. If I ask some people, first of all, I would like to thank you to, join me for this, because this is an indirect help only. But yeah, creators are not helping each other. They are not, sharing their knowledge with each other, that this you can do, that you can do. Nobody is supporting. But still, sometimes we feel demotivated, right, Shaskvir? Ki kabhi to phase aata hai na ki yaar, shit, I want to do this and I'm not able to do this. Nobody is helping me out, right? And then you again go for it. So sometimes that learning process takes a lot of time, and in between of that, people gets demotivated, right? So what motivates you to, bounce back again? It's okay. Means what things you think in your mind ki yes, yes, I have to do this. Okay, I'm feeling low. Okay, nobody is helping me. Okay, something is going wrong. Okay, I'm not getting as much views as I want. Okay, this song didn't went well jitna मैंने सोचा था. But still, you push yourself again for the same field, for the same war, right? For the same battle again. So what makes you do that?
Well, we are talking about motivation and not feeling demotivated or depressed with the situations, right? So, I would like to express my views on that. I would say when you pursue something, a dream, it is in your head. So, dream is reality for others only when you make it express. Like when you put that dream from your head in front of somebody, like this is what I was thinking and this is the structure. Then they get to realize, okay, you see the potential here. So, in this phase or any field of a professional earning or whatever music or anything which you're doing, nobody, trust me, nobody other than your parents would support you, because parents are somebody who will support you blindly. Even though you were saying that I'm not able to do it, they will try to support you, they will push you, they will try to give their 100%. So same was with me at start. I would say my mom was very supportive to me. She was like, okay, I know you want to do this. So she used to sneak out money from daddy and she used to buy me gears which used to help me to produce
Indian
something.
mothers. Yeah.
So also that she helped me at start to get some important gears which was in her budget, that she helped me to get. So in this field, especially I'm in this field, so I would like to talk about this field. That demotivation is like most of the time, until unless you won't keep yourself motivated, because in any business or any big thing which is happening in somebody's life, it doesn't happen in one day. It needs so much of hard work and so much of time. Nobody knows those things. For example, Tesla, we are talking about currently, the Tesla electric car. It would have been somebody's dream if it won't have achieved the success which is having right now. So आज हम बात भी करते हैं टेस्ला के बारे में, इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स के बारे में, until somebody started to do it. और आज एलन मस्क के बारे में हम बात करते हैं क्योंकि उसने वो अचीव कर लिया. Now everybody knows him by name, by face. बट अगर हम नहीं जानते टेस्ला के बारे में और इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स के बारे में, उनके अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में, तो वो कोई बंदे होते हैं एलन मस्क जो अपने कंट्री में पड़े होते हैं जिसको कोई नहीं जानता, बट ही वुड हैव केप्ट ऑन डूइंग व्हाट ही इज डूइंग, राइट? न्यू एक्सपेरिमेंट्स एवरी डे. So same with music. Motivation is very much required in music, because music is never sure thing that if you are making it for earning money. Music is in the dilemma of either being creative at the same time earning money. So same where every artist gets stuck at the point where they want to do artistry, like they want to create something creative. They have to make sure that they are making something creative, but at the same time they are making sure that I am making sellable. It should be commercial enough that I can earn money out of it. So there are phases when you do wrong, the product gets out in the market, you do wrong, but if you start thinking that you are bad, then trust me, it will never work for you. But every time you put something out and in the market, you take a feedback from the market on what kind of response you're getting, that okay, I did this wrong, maybe that is why it is not working, or maybe this is not working for the people, or maybe this genre is not working for people, I will try to experiment next time. So if you will keep on trying things and find the best tune which is working with your public, and you keep on giving them what they are liking. For example, I will talk about certain artists, जैसे कि हमने बीच में देखा था, I must be, I guess everybody is aware of MV Bantai, this rapper. So what he did, that he is making rap songs which everybody kind of feel inspired, current generation is enjoying it, right? But at the same time he also makes some pop tracks in the middle, because even he have listeners for that kind of track. So he do what? He makes this rap songs, and meanwhile he drops after 2-3 songs he drops a pop song. So that way he's making sure that whatever the public traffic which he's getting from both kind of crowds, he's making sure that earning remains to his pocket. So this way you analyze your mistakes or analyze what is required to be done to achieve your goals. And motivation is very much required, and how you're going to keep yourself motivated in this scenario is that you talk to yourself. Trust me, talking to yourself helps a lot. Finding solution, man, you're in trouble, you will think what you have to do, what you are doing wrong, why you need to do this, why it is very important for you to achieve this. Nobody can support you, nobody can understand your problems, only you and you at the end of the day. Because if you will think that somebody will come and help me, nah, trust me, you know the life, you have already lived enough to know that nobody cares about your good being or bad being until unless you are big enough that your problems are problems of the world. That's it. So you yourself can make yourself motivated, nobody else, in short.
True, agreed. It's really inspiring. So great, Shashvir, for all the things you're saying are so inspiring, and your the way you are talking, the things you're talking shows that you are a real creator and artist. This an artist can speak like this, can tell things like this. A normal commercial person, businessman person, truly thinks about money, don't have this side, this kind of vision for passion and hobbies. So it's really
uh,
inspiring.
I would like to add here that just one very strong thing which I have believed and I've been through, that sometime when you have money in your pocket, you don't think differently. But when you have lack of money in your pocket, you start thinking the way you were not thinking before. Just for example, when I was in college, I didn't used to have that much money in my pocket because my dad used to send me around 5 6K for the pocket money. That's it. So, and doing music always needed some money. So what happened that if I would have money in my pocket, I would have went for some producer or director like, hey sir, I have money, I need music, get it done, job done, my song is ready. But I would have never explored my own brain to see the capabilities of my brain, that am I capable to do the things which I'm not aware of, maybe I will learn these things. So when I didn't used to have money, I started doing what? I started finding alternative options of the things which I want to get it done, but I don't have money for it. I don't have money to pay for it. So what I did, I started exploring on the system and I started learning. And guess what? In this phase of life right now, I am making money from those people whom I would have paid later on to get my work done. Now they are paying me money that, hey Shank, you're free. Hey Shaskvir, you're free. I have a project pending. Can you just make can I make a music for it, or can you edit that track? I'm like, yeah, why not? I will do it. So I'm trying to highlight a very small but a very important point here, that things which you learn because of lack of money, that means your weaknesses can be your strength if you see that way. So my weakness at that time was my lack of fund is now my strength, because of that lack of fund I learned some things. Now I am making money out of it. I'm making sure that my family is running smoothly, and only because of those learnings. That's it, and that is very important if you'll keep in mind.
It's really very important. I can relate to that even. Means I can now, I'm never, obviously this is so obvious, but we never concentrate on these things, right? And this is something I think every single person at some point of time, have lack of fund for what they want to do. And some people, if they are having, back support, even they don't want to take help from parents or friends. So at certain, that is the only time the person learns the most. Schooling, college, and everything. And when we start earning money, some certain part of our brain just concentrate on getting that money, get occupied in thinking commercially. So that's completely true. I agree.
Just the one thing is that when you're paying somebody some money, you're like, if they can do it, why can't you do it yourself and save that money for something else which is important in life? And when you're doing something commercially, your brain stops thinking from that angle or that side of the view. And why I'm saying this, that things used to be a little different and more creative when I was just making sure that I'm doing creative work. But things are now different because now I'm making money, so I think it professionally that I have to make sure that I'm doing this work this way, that I'm making money enough. So things can change. So you have to make sure that where your mind is going and in which direction.
And I think you will agree that this also changes the attitudes of a person, because earlier we used to help our friends and colleagues or schoolmates and college mates, that okay, somebody says that yaar ye kar de, to apne bolte chal yaar kar dete hain, because we are not thinking commercially. But now when we start earning money, हम कोई छोटा सा भी help करते हैं तो we think in another way, क्यों करूं, why I should do, I can earn this much money if I do this work, why I do this for free for someone, right?
I won't go far. I can notice this happening into me also. And it's kind of natural because you start to value your time. At phase of life, you start to value your time. You're like, hey, my time, my every minute have a earning, and I have to make sure that this time is valuable. And this is why I won't blame those people if they say that, yeah, man, I will charge you for this much time. I'm like, okay, I understand that. Now you are in that field and you have made yourself this far that your time is valuable for somebody. It's okay, no big deal. But yeah, but it shouldn't be everywhere. You have to make sure these boundaries.
It should be balanced. Obviously, we have to earn money. That's our target. But it should be balanced. True, agreed. So, Shaskvir, I would like to ask, what has been the best performance of your career so far, right? And what you feel it worked, why it worked well, right? What things you were doing? I see, as you said, some examples of Tesla, and you were saying that everyone know them because they got succeeded. But nobody talks about their journey. I mean, when they got succeeded, when the product is out, at that point of time, we know that okay, this is great, and Shaskvir is great and doing well. But what about that journey? What Shaskvir was doing in that particular success, during that particular success, how it worked well, and why other things are not working well? Because always we don't get success, right? Sometimes we do face failures, and when we do face successes, so there are some common habits we pursue. So what are they for you?
I would say I wasn't chasing the success. I was chasing the only thing that I want to make music, and I want to make sure that the music and the song which I have in my head, the type of lyrics which I had a feeling inside me that I have to take it out. I have to make sure that people can listen this. So my motive was only to make sure that I make good enough song that people can listen. Because when I was making songs at start, I remember people used to complain, hey bro, I can hear that the music is louder than your lyrics. I'm like, okay, wait, I'll send you the lyrics separately. So you just read the lyrics. Lyrics are amazing, right? They're like, yeah, lyrics are awesome, but it is not going as a song. It should go together and it should sound good. I'm like, okay, now I got your point that I have to work here. So I would say best performance of life is yet to come. Why? Because every day I'm learning. I won't say that I stopped learning. I'm still learning. I'm still gaining every day. Trust me on this. A very, very small but very important thing here, that I'm making songs here, and you may notice when one track will be out in the market, and when I'm working on the next one, I kind of get little new idea while doing the next one. I'm like, oh, this I might have implemented on the previous track. It would have sounded better. So I would say the best is yet to come, and I'm still learning and I'm still performing. Every day I'm performing, and if I will stop performing, the day I will be not doing good. I won't be achieving my dreams, because every day is a new performance. Every day I wake up and I make sure I have to make something new. I have to read the market. I have to make sure I have to do experimental songs, which I feel creative. For example, if I'm writing something creative here, you have to make sure in the music industry that you have to write something which can be creative plus sellable, commercial. So sometimes you make totally commercial songs, sometimes you make experimental. So you have to balance that up. And if you talk about live shows and my achievements which I have achieved so far, that I would say I was performing in IIT Patna at that time. That was my first show of live, and I panicked. I literally panicked on stage. So I was performing with my rapper partner, and I got the mic. I started singing, and the music was in background, and it was not a live music. It was recorded music in behind, and I have to just lip sync over it. So what happened, that music was playing and suddenly somebody stopped the music, and I was thinking, and then suddenly he starts the music again. So I missed the total guidance, like where I was singing and where's the line, and people started to woo me. They thought that I was not singing properly, and I wasn't doing. I was just moving my mouth over the mic. That's it. Then I said, wait guys, I will start again and I will sing for you live and you will see it. What happened? The music started again and we started to sing. And guess what? We started performing live singing completely, and the whole crowd got crazy over it. Like, man, these guys can perform. And what I realized after that fact, that I was being nervous when I was being on the stage for the first time. But once I got the mic, the confidence suddenly started to just appear from somewhere. And I'm like, okay, we are done. I want to sing one more song. Let's start for one more. Then one more is done. One more. Why not? So it's about timing, and it's about feeling in yourself that when you can get your best. It can be anywhere. Maybe you are just going somewhere out, or maybe you went for a trip in London or Russia or maybe Sweden or France, anywhere, and you can see some guys performing on the streets, and you never know. You just take a mic and start singing in front of them, and somebody with a camera will shoot that video, and they will put it online, and it gets viral. You won't be aware that you are performing your best, and you might be getting your best because people now all over the globe are like, hey, I know you. You are from somewhere. I saw your video. You were performing that. You were that guy who was performing that way in this street or that street. So you never know when you're gonna get your best. You think every day that when you're performing or whatever you're doing in your life, you are performing and you have to perform your best. That's how you're going to get your best. Every day is a performance.
So I think we should recommend the students that you should be process oriented, then result oriented, right? We should enjoy the journey. We should enjoy the process, and the result will follow.
Exactly, because when I look back, the only thing which keeps me happy about where I am sitting right now, that I sometimes smile like, wow, there was a time when I used to put a headphone on my head with a mic, and I used to sing on that mic and record a song, and even that used to get appreciated by the friends and family who used to listen that. Then later on in life, I earned my first 8,000 from a live show, and I was like, wow, I earned 8,000 from a live show. And where I spent it, I went to a shop, I bought a new good mic. I'm like, wow, see, now we bought a new mic and now we're gonna get a good song out of it. And later in life, then I earned some good money. I spent it again on the studio. I'm like, wow, now my studio is good enough to produce a professional song. So it is very important that where you are putting your hard-earned money, because if you are dedicated enough, then only you know that where to put your money. Because some people will see, you don't fall for it. For the students I'm talking here, that you don't fall for the craze right now, because in younger students and younger kids you can see that, hey, I got an iPhone. Well, it is good for him, maybe not for you to spend that much money. Maybe you have something else very important, more important than that iPhone that you want to have. So same in my case, you may see that some people are driving BMW, some people are driving Mercedes, some people have this and that. But when I get money, I'm like, I'm googling where. Oh, this mic is 4 lakhs. I want to have it. Oh, this camera is 8 lakhs, but I want to have it. Yes, I achieved it. And trust me, people are like, are you crazy, bro? I'm like, yeah, I am crazy about these things. I want to have them because these are my assets.
Yeah, true. So we should follow our passion. We should not go in the crowd, what crowd is doing, right?
Exactly.
Agreed. Great, Shaskvir. So I think you have already cleared that. I think the college time, right? What is the right time to pursue your hobby as profession, like singing with academics? So this I would like, you told about yourself. I would like you to guide students that some of my students come to me and they say, so I teach from, I handle students from grade 9 to graduation. So the grade 9, 10, 11, 12 students prepare for JEE and NEET for engineering. You are an engineer, so you know that. So JEE students comes to me and they say that I don't want to be an engineer, I want to pursue singing. When they are 10th, when they want to opt for, the subjects in grade 11, that what they should do, at that point of time they come to me and they say, ma'am, I don't really want to do engineering, but my parents will not allow me for the singing, for the dancing, for the painting or artist, whatever. And the graduate students, what they do, they come to me and they say, I really want to do this, I'm really good at this, but the problem is that I want to settle down first, I want to get married, I want to I want to settle things in my life, I want to buy a house or something like that. So they're so confused that when to start the hobby then, right? In 10th, you are thinking about making the career. In graduation, you are pursuing your career in certain things and you want to settle your life, then marriage, then kids. Then where is the time to finally decide that this you have to do and when they should prepare for that, right? So what is the right time for students, during the smaller age, maybe 4th, 5th grade, they should start, doing some riyaz in music or whatever artist they're painting or something, then take a break, go for the academics, get a good college, and then in college or something. So what's your opinion?
First step would be to figure out, do you really have that talent in you? Very first step. Because don't rush for something blindly. I have seen some people who thinks that they can sing, but they not got great advices at the start of their journey that you can't sing, or maybe you can be a good guitarist, maybe you're not a good singer. So in music field, it's not only about singing. Music field is don't be afraid. Even I wasn't aware of these things when I started it. So I used to think that music, singing, yes, that's it. But trust me, there are bigger things in music. For example, singing, composing, writing a song, making a music, editor's job. So there are different fields. You have to understand first of all what you need to do and what you're good at. And starting of music, if you want to be a singer, you can start from the time when you start to speak, because the learning makes you perfect, especially in music. The more you will learn, the more you will grasp over it. Because when I was kid, I used to get these educations in my school time. We used to have a separate class for music, so we used to get taught about sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, which is very important to learn from younger age. So if you are willing to pursue music, you have to make sure, it is for parents also. If you want your kids to learn music and do good in music, so you have to make sure your kids are getting that education from the day one when they start to speak, or they are starting to learn. Maybe you can start to talk to them, or maybe you can make them listen kind of musics which you feel are good. For example, if your kid is very small but they are learning in a learning phase, and you want them to understand music, you want them to learn music, so make them listen to music, different types of music, sing in front of them. Maybe make them listen good classical songs. That way they start to grasp, because when they are small, the brain is very small but very active to grasp things, learn things. Because you might have noticed that maybe you are from Tamil and your wife is from North India, and your kid got born somewhere in middle, maybe in Madhya Pradesh, or maybe take Mumbai, for example. I'm from Mumbai, so I'll talk about it. So you will notice that you yourself didn't got any grasp over Hindi, for example, if you are from South, and you being from North, you didn't got any grasp over Tamil. But your kid who just got born, he will start speaking fluently Tamil, he will start speaking fluently Hindi, and start speaking even the another language, that is Marathi. Why? That brain function, the grasping power is very good. So for a younger generation, I would suggest that if you want to pursue music, start from scratch and start from very younger age. Then we will shift a little bit further. We will talk about kids who are in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. What I'm talking about here is you have to make sure that if you are into music, what kind of music? For example, your genre should be clear in your head, that what kind of music you can sing. You can sing classical, or you're good in Western music, or you are good in Bollywood kind of track. And first of all, the very important thing, are you really good in singing? Because music is not only about singing, it is about composition. Maybe you're a good composer, maybe you can write good, you can compose a track, maybe you can edit a song. And nowadays, I would talk about myself, that when the time I was starting, I wasn't even aware of things that you can produce a music sitting at your computer desk. Nowadays, the things got so easier that you can bring things at your home and you can produce that thing. Before, when I was a kid, we used to go to studios just to make sure just that you can get your music. Now you sit at home, or maybe on your phone. Now you have apps that you can produce a music. So you can start exploring yourself from the free times which you have. Explore yourself. See that where your interest lies. Maybe you can be a good producer. Maybe you can be a good lyricist. Maybe you can be a good composer. You never know. Music is all about different things. It is not only about singing. So next thing which we think, and we want to make sure that the kids should know, that pursuing things can be easier. Things as we can talk about things from distance looks very great and good, but once you go deeper into it, then you get to know the difficulties, the hardships which you have to face. So you have to be aware and you have to be ready for it. You have to make your mind that, okay, if things gonna be difficult, I'm ready for it. Maybe I won't gonna make money at start. I'm ready for it. Am I ready for it? So things and decisions can be very difficult. If I'm talking about myself, for example, that when I started, I wasn't aware that from where to make money in music. I only knew that I want to make song and this is how it should be. And then slowly and steady, when I get into market, I got to know that okay, you can not only make money from making song, and it is not only about selling your song somewhere in the market, or maybe on Saban or iTunes or Spotify. It is about every royalty. For example, if you are a singer, you have to register yourself with sub society. which makes sure that your royalty is paid to you. If you are an artist, for example, you're a lyricist or a composer, so that comes under the author's work. So author works are getting paid even though your song is getting produced by Z Music, T Series, or anybody. It is about the lyrics. That is the author work. You have written something. So you will be paid for your creativity, even though you're making next song or not, but you will get paid for every time this song is getting played online. So this is very important point to be aware of this market. Grasp your market. Try to study the way, if you're starting a business, the way you do the study of the market, that I have to start a business, so I have to study the business and I have to study the market, how it goes. So same way in the music, you have to study it. You have to make sure that where your interests are, am I ready for it? Am I ready for the risk I'm taking in life? Because music is not an easy biscuit that you're gonna just take it and you eat it and you're feeling happy about it. Nah, it wasn't easy. It will never be easy. And trust me, people in India are not ready to pay you good. If you are talking about outside India, yeah, things can be different. Things can be easier because they want to push you forward. They see that if you have a talent, they will push you forward. They will make sure that, okay, you are today a bud of a flower. I will make sure that you grow as a good flower and you sell high with a high value. But in India, it's different. They want to make sure, okay, you are a bud. Let him get time. Let him be a flower. Oh, he became a flower. He's having good crowd. Bring him in. Earn from him. Okay, the job is done. Now he's not doing good. Bye-bye. Contract over. So this is how Indian music industry is working. So for sustaining in this market, you have to make sure you are sustaining by your own self. So you have to be ready for it. You have to make sure that you can't just depend on this thing. If you're just doing music, you can't just depend on it. For example, myself, I'm not only singer. As it got mentioned at the start, that I'm not only singer, so I'm also singer, songwriter, producer. Why? Because you have to make sure that if you're not making music, if you're not singing, then you're writing a song for somebody. If you're not writing a song for somebody, you're producing a music for somebody. If you're not doing any of those, I'm also producing videos. I'm a director for music videos, because how I learned it while doing my music videos, while making my songs, I learned that, oh, this is how the video work is done. This is how editor's work is done. Okay, now I learned it. So what I'm doing, I'm just what you call the word for it, that you just don't depend on one thing. You have to just see the options. Yeah, you have to see the options, what options are available. Never close yourself. Always be open for the things which are presented to you. Like, can you do this? Yeah, of course. Why not? So in music field, if you are ready for this thing and you're ready for putting your brain in a different field and still not being worried about it, and you're ready for one very important thing, being questioned every day in your life, what you're doing in your life, are you ready for it? Then only you go for it. But yeah, if you talk about the positive side of being here, the very first and the very important thing is that you feel your soul is somewhere here. You're not feeling pressured. First thing. Second thing, that you never feel that you are unhappy. Every day you're feeling happy. Whatever is happening, I'm happy because I'm getting the things which I have to do. I'm not feeling pressured by somebody. You have your own weekend planned as you want. Maybe today only I want to take a week off. Man, I'm going only. Why? My work, my way. I have my system, I have my mic, I have my things with me, and I'm going on a trip. I'm sitting somewhere on the mountains, I'm recording my song and I'm releasing with the contracts on different platforms which I have. Bingo, the song is out, my product is out, it is getting sold, I'm making money. So you are not, the term is, you don't have to sit at one place. Your work can be from different place. Maybe today you are in India, maybe tomorrow you are in London. You're sitting there and you're doing your job, and next day you have a flight, you came back somewhere in Singapore, and you're making your song. So you have that flexibility of work.
You should be versatile with the work, basically.
Yeah, that's the point. And then the third most important thing, why you have to do music, it assures that your family will get money from your hard work, which you did all your life. You presented yourself in front of the crowd, you made songs, which will make sure that your royalties will be paid to you for lifelong and after life. Your family will get the money from the creative works which you have done. So this is very important point, that you're making sure that your legends will remain forever. Your family can talk about you. And another thing is, once you are gone, the only thing which remains after you, that is your voice, your face. On the videos, people can see you, people can remember you. So these are very vital points in life, because life is not only about earning money. Life is about making memories. And every day you smile in your life when you think about your past, and only when you had a very crazy past. So this is about
True.
roller coaster ride which you are choosing to take by your own decision, that yeah, I am ready for this roller coaster and I will take it. It doesn't matter where my, because if you are dreaming for a big car, big life, trust me, music is not about that. If you think that okay, I will be a musician, I will have a big car, big lifestyle and all, it won't happen in one day, trust me. And I can sign you on paper, I will say that it won't happen in one day. And even though it starts to happen for you, your interest won't be in the BMW or Mercedes. Your interest will suddenly shift from those things, and you will start to buy. Oh, I have to buy a new processor. Why? I have to make sure the vocals should sound better than what it was sounding before. And you will
Completely agree.
notice that 60 to 70% of your earning will go back to the studio, because you want to make sure that it keeps on producing the professional work which is required for the market. And this market is never ending. It is upgrading every day, every moment. And it is same like being a doctor, being like a lawyer. Why? Because you have to study every day, you have to learn every day. So you can't be just like, okay, I studied, it got over, now my job is done. Nah. So these are my point, my view and my take for the question which you raised.
So, yeah, I would want to ask one more question from here. You ended that how you relate the education with music. Once, when we were talking earlier, then you related the education with music and some terms you were using. So, I want to know, Shashvir, that how your education helped in your this career, whether it is helping or not. That makes you a different person. For example, for me, I would like to add, like, I'm also an engineer, ECE, and then I started teaching. But I know computers so well. I know a lot of softwares and making my own website. I'm a creator. So when I teach now, so that adds on to my profession, what I learned during my engineering. I can, share my notes on the website. A lot of teachers don't know, creating a website, but I know because I am from ECE background. I'm an engineer. I have learned that, how to do that, how to make your content public, how to record the videos, how to use the softwares. And I'm like comfortable with that. It's not that other teachers can't learn that, but they can obviously anytime. But the point is that my education is helping me creating my educational content more creatively, and the delivery I'm having in teaching is you can say a little different because of my education. So how does it really because it's my education is academic and I'm teaching, so it's also an academic area, but yours is entirely different. CS and music entertainment, these two things are generally considered two different fields. But do you think that they really connect with each other and help?
Okay, so I would talk about this, and what I will say that music is very versatile. It is not limited to only just for example, what if you have graduated in Hindi literature? Bingo, you are needed in music. Why? You can write a song. Then if you talk about, if you have engineering degree, for example, in electronics and computer science, bingo, you are needed here. Why? Because you are most aware of wavelengths, frequencies, and if you are a computer science engineer, then you are required here because you will be aware of the software, the technical things which are required to fix, make them work. Because sometimes your system needs to be fixed to make it work as it is required. And if you know all these things at your home, and if your brain is ready for these things, what happened? For my example, I would say, sometimes my system starts to crash or it is not performing up to the mark. What I do, I just format my system. I take out everything out of the system. I rebuild it. I format my own system. I assemble my own system. And how? Because I'm a computer science engineer. So my education, what I study, so is now getting helpful for my work. Why? For example, as I told you already, the music is expanding every day. So need is expanding every day. So maybe today we are producing a track in 48 kilohertz. Here it comes, 48 kilohertz. It is physics. So we are in need of physics also here when we are producing music. So when we are producing, currently we are producing songs in 48 kilohertz. Maybe in later we will keep on growing. So we may need 96 kilohertz as a professional requirement for the song output. So your system needs to be upgraded. So how I upgrade my system? I just go to the market. Okay, I need this much. This RAM, this processor, this. How I am aware of that? Why? I'm a computer science engineer. I know what is good for my performance, for my system performance. So here it goes. Again, my education is helping me to do the things which people think are separate. Music and education is never separate. Music requires everything. Music requires maths. How I would say maths? Because when you are mixing a song, you need everything related to math, which from where to pan a song. अच्छा, ये जो vocal है, ये इस length पे, इस frequency पे, इस direction पे और इस angle पे आना चाहिए, तो ये अच्छा sound करेगा. अच्छा, इसका level इतना होना चाहिए ताकि ये अच्छा sound करे mix में. ओ अच्छा, ये दोनों का लेवल अगर हम इस तरीके से करते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल हम वीडियो शूट कर रहे होते हैं, तो मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि फ्रेम रेट्स होता है, तो क्या होता है, कभी कभी हमें सॉन्ग को डबल स्पीड पे प्ले करना होता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अभी मैं गा रहा हूँ और इसको अगर हम शूट कर रहे हैं तो हम ऐसे करते हैं. उसका फायदा ये होता है, ये पूरा मैथ्स है, टोटल मैथ. अब इसको हम करते हैं स्लो मोशन. तो जब हम वीडियो में ये डालते हैं, ये फास्ट रिकॉर्डेड जो वीडियो है उसको स्लो करते हैं, तो वो क्या होता है, ऑटोमेटिक और साथ में वीडियो जो शूट किया था वो भी स्लो प्ले होता है, तो वो डेप्थ क्रिएट होता है. उससे क्या होता है कि जो व्यूअर्स के लिए वीडियो जो है, द सिंगर इज सिंगिंग वेरी स्लो मोशन में गा रहा है, बट ही इज एक्चुअली कैचिंग अप विद द लिरिक्स. ऐसा कैसे पॉसिबल है यार? वो स्लो मोशन में भी गा रहा है फिर भी वो लिरिक्स के साथ कैच अप कर रहा है. दिस इज टोटल मैथ्स. सो हियर यू गो, implementation of maths in music. So if you talk about English, I don't even have to mention it. You need English. Why? Because you have to make sure that you're writing good lyrics. For example, the way I'm talking here in the interview session, you have to make sure you're able to convey your message. You can express yourself. So you need a language. So here you go. If you're a English literature graduate, then still you are needed. If you're Hindi literature graduate, you're still needed. If, for example, you're a doctor, well, might be different, but I have a very good example for that. We all have heard the song Mairi Galla Kardi. So Mr. Palash, he himself is a doctor and they are the band of doctors. So here you go. He is still a doctor. Nobody took that title of his. He is a doctor and he's still making music. So music is never away from education, and education is required. Trust me, too much required to be a musician. You can never say that, I have to skip my education and I want to be a singer or songwriter. No, you have to make sure you complete your education. And why I'm saying this, that it adds up to your value. That later in life, for example, if you're sitting in front of somebody and if you're giving an interview like this, somebody will ask you that, hey, so you're a musician and tell me about yourself. And when you add up, like, hey, I'm an engineer also, maybe I'm a doctor. Wow, you were so talented that you actually given your time to education.
Yeah, I was very impressed by you when you told me that I do this, I am an engineer, I am a songwriter, I'm a producer, I'm a singer. And when I saw your profile, and audience, I really want to add this. When you can go to Z Music Company or T Series, and there are a lot of channels. Shaskvir video is available on YouTube everywhere, on Spotify as well, on Apple Music. So when I was looking into the videos, I was so impressed. The shoot is so superb, and he's doing acting as well. He is into the song, and he's so, like, you're good at acting, shooting as well. You're very good in that as well. He's like changing the face, this area, moving slow-mo, and everything is like so perfect. And when I appreciated that work, that Shaskvir, you are doing really good in creation. So when he asked me that which software your editor is using and like that. So I said he's using multiple softwares, and I'm not aware of each one of them. So Manika, what about you? You must be having an editor, right? You are shooting like on mountains and everywhere, and it's so superb. So he said, look, I know how to edit. I use these things, and a lot of videos of mine are edited by me, and so I was like so shocked that from basic to advanced level he is in. Might be he is having support of a lot of editors or team, but he is into everything. He's involved in everything. He knows everything. So this is really inspiring. Means this is really great. You are multitasking.
This is where we're going to talk about this is how I evolved myself. I was never into editing. I didn't got education of video editing, frame rates and something. I bought my camera and I wasn't even aware of what is frame rate, what is the shutter, aperture, what is what. But I kept doing it. So this is why creative work requires dedication and the feeling, the hunger to have it and achieve it.
Agreed.
You just mentioned I became an editor. I am editing my own tracks. Yes, I am editing and I'm directing my music videos, and I'm now currently I'm editing music videos for other artists also. Why and how? I kept learning in the phase of life different, and the very important point that you can't just limit yourself. Keep yourself open for every opportunity which you are getting, and if it is in the same field, why not? If it is in the same environment and the same thing is required for other people, why not? I can do it. And trust me, when you say this line, why not? I can do it. You yourself feel that confidence which is required for doing that work. When I take projects, even I feel nervous. I won't lie to it. Even I feel nervous. It is very natural to feel nervous. But when you have that dedication to, yeah, I can do it. Either something goes wrong, you still have that mindset ready for it. That if it is wrong, what to do alternatively. So same in the most of the field. In music, it is like that. You have to always sharp, active. You always have to ready. You always have to be ready with alternative options of doing things. So this is the answer for it. That you have to make sure, and presence of mind should be there always.
And your one point I would like to add, like it's really nice, Shaskvir, that you don't feel shy of that also. Like I have seen a lot of creators, like the very first day what they do, that I want an editor, I want a songwriter, I need a producer or something like that. They create the team first, right? I want a showy office, I want that, and then they start working, right? That firstly they want to show things that I have this, and then they start working. And like you are doing so well, and still you are like, yes, I'm happy to do my editing myself, I'm happy, I really enjoy doing that. You're not at all giving it away like I need an editor. I do things with Z Music, so I have a lot of editors with me. So still you are so humble with that.
I feel what that the things which I have learned is what making me actively perform and keep on growing. And these are the things which made me where I am right now, giving an interview to you. Yeah. You won't have entertained me if I would have been just a singer or anything. There are millions and millions of them. Yeah. But I'm glad that you gave me this opportunity to speak to people and convey my message, because it is very important for them to understand that your ego and things, what is the word? When you start to overwhelm yourself with the things that, okay, I know everything and now I need to be treated like a celeb, which you are, maybe you are, it doesn't matter. But what a celeb is, the one who maintain himself and maintain his calmness, even though being at the place where he is. And it is very important to understand the scenario, and you should never feel shy and humiliated to present yourself from the place you started, because this is what made you. And if I'll be shy or present myself that, hey, I direct my videos, I am one man army, and I don't feel hesitant about it. Why? Because if you see this side of me, oh bechara, ek banda hi sab kar raha hai, to see the other side of it, that ek bachcha hi kitna kuch kar sakta hai. So see that one man can do everything, and it needs only one thing. Everybody have the same thing: 2 hands, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, and bingo, you can do everything. So you don't need to limit yourself. This is where the very important point comes about our discussion, that you don't need to limit yourself. You can see yourself, every place is an opportunity for you if you start to see it. So this is how it should be.
So students, iPhones, good mics, cameras, these are the secondary things. First you have to begin, first you have to start, then you have to, you should not be like, firstly I want these gadgets, then only I can sing well or do well. So these are the secondary things. First is your passion, your work, and your dedication. So Shaskvir, the next question is, I would like to know the 3 mistakes you have done so far, what you think that you should not have, and 3 habits which really help you to continue the dedication and the passion and the work you are doing.
I will talk about it. Let's see. Can you repeat the question once again? The important point.
So the 3 mistakes which you think you should not have done, maybe in younger age or any point of time in your life, and the 3 habits which really help you all the time.
So 3 mistakes I would talk about. First mistake will be that you shouldn't think that things can happen later on in life. You have to figure out the ways for doing it, and never ever listen to anybody who says that you're bad, you're not good at it. You know it, that you can do it, right? But always make sure that you have to listen from somebody who is giving valuable comments. So this was my first mistake, that I kept on listening to my dad that you are not good at it. So stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. So that was my first mistake. The second mistake is to wait for it to happen. That I gave so much time for it to happen that the time when the time came, it was already feeling that I'm at that phase, that now it starts to fade from that phase. So if I would have started a little earlier, things would have been more different for me, because I would have been a little more younger, more energetic, more ready to grasp things. So never wait for something to happen. Don't delay your things. Don't delay too much for things to happen, because when you decide something to make it happen for yourself, make sure that you make it happen. And the third mistake would be that I trusted too much on some people. So that you shouldn't do that. You trust yourself, never trust on others' word, because trusting on somebody can at least waste your valuable time. And why I'm saying this, that at start of my journey in music, I started to trust different people. For example, my partners in music, I kept on trusting on their abilities. I kept on trusting on their words, that okay, things will happen. Okay, I will do my work. I will do my part of work. Because of that, the things got delayed. So in music, you are shining star only when you grasp the opportunity at the correct time. So you never delay yourself, never waste your time on the false promises, and never ever limit yourself for somebody's sake. That okay, I don't wanna do this because of my dad, mom, my masi, my brother, my sister. So these are the mistakes I did. You don't do it. If you want to pursue your music career, you want to make your hobby into a career, so you don't do this mistake. Now the next part of this question was
the three habits. Three habits which really help you.
The three habits which actually helped me, that I never gave up on this feeling that I have it and I can achieve it. So that way I kept on pushing myself. I kept on pushing myself in those phases where I was alone. I was sitting alone in my room, and I kept on thinking that okay, this is me. Nobody around me. Nobody is around me. Only me in this house. So see, this is the phase which you have to look all your life and understand that only this phase can support you. So I started to feel sometimes depression was killing me at the phase, that okay, maybe I didn't took the good decision. But that feeling of pushing yourself helps you a lot in any field, basically not only in music, in any field, it helps you a lot. The next thing which actually helped me, that I kept myself open to learn. I never closed myself, okay, I know enough to do these and that. No, you never know enough in any field. It is implemented on every field you talk about, that you keep yourself open to learn. Then only you will grasp something. Then only you will put your head right at the right place when somebody is guiding you in the right direction. Maybe if you are too proud of yourself, then you don't listen to good advices also. So you need to hold your horses and give yourself time to realize this fact, that in life every day is learning, even in your field of business, even in the field of maths, physics, chemistry, science. So if you will keep on learning every day, you are grasping new things. So same with the music. If I would have closed myself, I would have ended up being just a singer. But I kept my options open. Now I am a producer, singer, songwriter, director, video editor. So this is why leaving an option to learn helps you a lot. So this is what I did. You can do too. The third thing is, don't waste your money on things which you think you may need. Right? So what I did, that I never waited for those things to happen. For example, some people will say, hey, I need to have a good system. I need to have a proper mic to start recording. Nah, I started on a mic, on a headphone. And trust me, it went out for the public and people heard it and they enjoyed it. So don't limit yourself thinking that, okay, I need to have these, then only I will start. Nah, you start from the time you started thinking that, okay, I want to do this, I will start from today. So this is what I was talking about. When I started, I didn't used to have anything, just a mic, headphone and a laptop. I started recording my songs on a music which was available online for free, for example. So I started doing it. So if I would have waited the time, like, okay, I need to have these gears and these things, I would have wasted more time of my life and I wouldn't have learned anything which I have learned so far.
Agreed.
So this is why it is very important, very important, to not limit yourself with don't fall for the things that, okay, I need to have these things. You can start from the time. If you think today is the right time to start your music career, go ahead. Never limit yourself. By the process and while achieving those things, you will start to get those things which is required to make your work more professional, more smart, more crisp and clear. That's how it is.
So
And
for
this is
the
the answer.
teachers here, if you are watching, I would like to add that many teachers ask me that, Niharika, you have a studio, you have a digital panel, right? It costs a bit higher in lakhs, so it's expensive. So they say that you have this, so your quality is so nice. I'm not having this. I'll firstly, create a studio and then I'll start. So guys, I really wanted to say that when I started, I really started on the whiteboard and the mobile camera in front, and I'm teaching on a whiteboard, right, and shooting that. You can see on even on Unacademy, my videos are like this, that I'm teaching on a whiteboard and with the phone camera. And then I started using the pen tab. The second step I moved on, I using that pen tab, cost around 3,000 rupees only. I bought that and I started teaching on that. Then I further moved on to some using some softwares or whiteboards in the laptops, and I bought this laptop with touch, and then I worked on my laptop. Then I even used my television, smart television, that I made a PPT and I placed it in my television, and I'm standing in front of my television because I was not able to, as you said, lack of fund. I was not in a situation कि मैं digital board खरीद सकूं, but I wanted to create that effect कि मैं कोई digital चीज पे पढ़ा रही हूँ. I wanted to create that. So I thought कि how I can, without money, how I can create that effect. So I used my television. Yeah, so I used my television. I like created the PPT and I used the pen drive and I placed it in the television and started. And I was not writing, but I was presenting कि ये है, and I created that digital effect without any money. So obviously that creation happens when you don't have money, right? But you want to do it passionately. Then
see, it's my television which is as my monitor right now, big screen, because I needed big screen for working. So here you go, investment, smart way of doing things. So
and then I moved to my digital board. So guys, if you really want to be a YouTuber, you want to teach and you want to come to this industry of creation, so you don't need gadgets first. Don't think about the gadgets, just start. You need to start. If you really want to be concerned about, you should learn to how to use software, do some learnings in how to use mic, how to set up recording part, how to use Zoom calls, how to use Google meetings. Learn these things instead of concentrating on the gadgets part and spending money, and not that. There are a lot of stuff which is completely free and you don't know. So firstly,
gadgets are important. Gadgets are important, but you have to wait for those gadgets. It is not that without those gadgets your work is not happening. For example, some people say that, hey, I need a good camera to make a good to be a good photographer. No, nowadays people are using their phone cameras and they are being nominated for good photography.
So it's all about creativity, that how differently you think. That's more important. You can't even imagine that this photograph is through phone or a camera. It's all about the person who is clicking it, the creativity he's having. So I think I completely agree with that. So Shaskvir, we'll do a rapid fire round so that I can know more about you. But before that, my audience is waiting to listen to you. So we really want something for. So my students will say, "Ma'am, this is an entertainment video, and where is Shaskvir singing?"
This is the track which is Kabhi Jaan Paoge. It is, by the way, a surprise is here. This is yet to release. So
Oh, great. So we are lucky enough.
think two parts of it, and this is the composition here. If you can see, let me move the camera a little closer.
Yeah.
This is how it is. So, just for the sake of listeners and your viewers, I would like to show them this is how a project looks like for a music. This is just music.
Great.
So, there are different layers of music. For example, I will just show you. This is, for example, this is a bass, and if we'll talk about this is guitar. This is here. We are talking about different tracks. This is guitar. So everything which we add up to make a song. Let's start with this. Okay, let's start with the song. By the way, this song is not yet released, so it is especially for the listeners and viewers of yours. So here you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The name is Kabhi Jaan Paoge. This is by Shaskvir, written, composed, everything by me, as you have been listening here all this time. Here you go. तुम जो मिलोगे आज मुझे तुम जो मिलोगे आज मुझे शायद तभी जान पाओगे करके इतनी मोहब्बत है तुमसे शायद अब समझ पाओगे तभी जान पाओगे तभी जान पाओगे तभी जान पाओगे तभी जान पाओगे तेरे दूर जाने का ढंग तेरे शर्माने का ढंग नजरे मिलाना तुझे संग क्या करूं ना जाए ये पल छिन क्या करूं ना करूं क्या करूं ना करूं हरदम हमेशा सपनों में आता तू ये ये तुम जो मिलोगे आज मुझे शायद तभी जान पाओगे. So this is the track. It wasn't complete. I can't just sing all song. Whole
It's
song.
great. I can completely understand you are singing and presenting your thing on Zoom call, and that too fabulously. It's really nice. Thank you so much, Shashwat. By the way, I want to hear that the song Rahi. I think the one you got. One more I would like to, if you can, if it is possible.
Just vocally. सुन रे सवेरा तू धरती पे आना यूं सुन रे सवेरा तू धरती पे आना यूं धरती की ठंडक को छू के मिटाना हाँ राहें चले चले वही राही नई दिशा नई जगह राही नए हपल नई परछाई नई दिशा में आया कैसा ये तेरा है सफर सुन रे सवेरा तू धरती पे आना यूं. This is the song.
Great. This is really inspirational song. Literally, I really liked it. Means I
That
was
story.
listening to all of your songs, but this really, the first impression is like, okay, inspiring for students, kind of inspirational,
The
motivational.
backstory behind this track is like I have written this song in 2004,
Oh,
and the
great.
time I was like, nah, it is not going to work. I was like, nah, it is not. It shouldn't go out in public. It's not good. And in 2014 or 15, I was listening to it again, and that day I was like, nah, I can make a song out of this. It is actually good. And finally, this song got produced in 2017, and the music video was made in Goa, Mumbai, Patna, my hometown. And then some part of the video was in Nepal, and then some part of the video was in Russia. So it was a multiple tours for this song only.
Great. It's really nice. Very nice. So here's the rapid fire round with Shaskvir related to music. So Shaskvir, the very first question is three softwares you will recommend to students or the learners in the industry.
The three softwares which I will recommend from my side, if you are basic and you want to start, you should totally start with Audacity from Adobe. This is very basic software, and it is very good to start producing music. You will start to learn how to record your songs. You will start to learn how to produce like overall structure of the song. So this is very good for basic learners. Then if you will go for intermediate, then you can go for softwares like Pro Tools and Ableton. Ableton is basically for electro music, but you can utilize the way you want. It's up to you. It is never limited, as I told you. Nothing is limited. So I personally use Ableton for every kind of music. So Ableton is also good. Then the third and the most amazing one is Logic Pro, which is basically on Mac. So it is kind of limited to Window users. So if you are Window user, I would suggest you to start choosing from two of them. They are Pro Tools and Ableton. And if you are a Mac user, of course, Logic Pro is the best in the market currently, which you can use for producing, for recording, for any kind of editing work for the audio. Amazing. So this is the song.
Next is the three gadgets you recommend to learners.
The three gadgets for making music. The first would be, of course, the mic, the very important thing. So the mic should be at least a good handsome quality to start with, and it shouldn't go beyond 4 or 5, but yeah, you have to keep your budget for 4 to 5. That way you will have at least a good quality of recording in your vocal.
Any specific mic you really like?
I would suggest you to start with Samsung, and it is not Samsung, it is Samsung, SAMSON, Samsung. Okay. C01. That is a really good mic to start with. And then I would suggest you to have a good monitors. And monitors, I mean not the monitor screen, but I mean monitors mean speaker.
Okay.
So these are the sound monitors which you need to have a good understanding. See, if you won't able to hear it good, so how will you know that what you're producing is good? So this is very important part for producing music, to have a good monitor. And monitor for the basic start, I would recommend you Mackie. Mackie is good to choose from, and then what I am personally using is Presonus 4.5 is currently which I have. But if you want a good one, like if you want to invest good and you have good budget, then I would suggest you Kali Audio LP6 V2. So they are really good. They sound very flat, very good to ears, and they are new in market but very good. And if you want to go with what everybody is talking about, then Yamaha, of course. Yamaha HS5, HS7, HS8. And then the third important thing is the software. The very important but very crucial thing in production of music. You need to have a good software to produce good. Because when you will have a good screen, good layout to get what output you are looking for, then only you will get the good music out of it. So this is why very important to invest your money on a good software. That means you need to understand which software you need to purchase, and then that doesn't depend on the only software. You need to have plugins for working on music. You need to have plugins. For example, I would like to show you for the example I will show you here. These are plugins. Basically, these are the software forms of hardwares. basically you get market hardwares for these software. Just say for example, I will show you. See, these are basically the softwares, and this is here you can see the hardware. So these are the hardware of the same softwares which you can see.
Yeah.
So basically nowadays for producing music, you can't just afford all those gears, hardwares, because hardwares are very expensive. Trust me, they start from 4 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. Even the mic starts from 6 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs for the professional quality. So nowadays you have to be smart. Invest your money in plugins, invest your money in a software. So these are the 3 takes which I will go to start with.
Great. And then 3 influencers, who really inspired you, or the learner should know their journey, or if any, like.
See, if I would talk about, you can make good music only listening after good musician, good artist. So if you want to keep an account of a good music, good creativity in music, not just singing a song and it is over. Nah, music is about showing you creativity. So in my personal understanding, what I have understood, the creativity of a musician only can be shown by the type of music and versatility of versatile music they are making. So for my first recommendation would be A.R. Rahman. Why? Because he is making very versatile music. His music have different kind of pinches, different kind of textures, which is very important for a musician or a learning budding artist to understand the type of texture, type of instruments, type of things which he's using. And the more you will listen to them, the more attention you will pay on details. Then only you will understand the type of work that producer is doing. So me personally do what? I listen to different producers' product. Or a great song like which been a hit for ages and ages. Listen to those songs on your headphone. Give attention to little details, and once you notice a detail, try to figure out. Go to YouTube. Okay, how to do this thing in your song? Okay, acha, this is how it is done. So that way you start to learn and try to implement those things. So okay, what I was talking that you have to be focused on different tracks from a different artist. So my first recommendation would be A.R. Rahman, to listen details of the work he is doing, implementation of the type of art form he is implementing in his music, why his music is different than other producers in the market. So you must be sure that he is doing something different. That's why he is more demanded. That's why he is more creative. So my first recommendation is A.R. Rahman. My second recommendation is not only for making songs but also for videos. And the artist is Kendrick Lamar. He's an American artist. And he is making the type of music which is even getting copied by Bollywood. So you have to understand why they are copying him. Why? Because he's doing something good, not only in musical part, but also in video part. So that is why you have to listen to him if you want to make good music, if you want to write good songs, if you want to get inspired, because he writes really good songs and inspiring songs. His music is very different from what you are listening from different producers and artists currently. Nowadays people are talking about things which are like very casual, but he is talking things in rap music. At the same time, he's making so much of sense and detail of music work. I'm talking on a producer's perspective, that detail of work is very high. And if you will start to notice those details in his work, and I'm surely can say you that if you'll start to learn those details, you Google about them, how to do those details in the music, then you will surely polish your work in music. And the third one will be from my recommendation, The Weeknd. He is also a singer from America, and his music is also very different. And these are the artists who actually inspire me and influence me in my work. I try to grasp some ideas from them, and I see if I can do the same thing in my music. Or maybe I get inspired from the type of music. For example, you have seen Badshah producing 90s music, 80s music. Na 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 na. So this was the generation which just came in. From where? People inspiring people who are making this type of music. So people got inspired and they started to produce music, that kind of music only. So this is how the chain of production starts from different producers. So you always have to keep yourself inspired and always have to keep yourself updated in the market. Yeah. So this is my take. Push.
Agreed. Then the 3 places to shoot, because you visited a lot of places, I guess, and then 3 places to shoot. Best places to shoot.
My recommendation will be, first of all, India. Of course, why India is very, very, very versatile in the thing, like seasons you have, different seasons you have, different places you have. If you are in need of beaches, you have very beautiful beaches in Goa, in Andaman and Nicobar. Trust me, you will fall in love if you will go to Andaman and Nicobar for shooting. And if you talk about mountains, trust me, you have very beautiful mountains in Sikkim, where I have shooted my music videos. And then you will go to Jammu and Kashmir. You already know about it. Then the next take will be for Nepal, which is close to India. I'm trying to make it sure that it should be pocket friendly.
Yeah.
So Nepal is also very beautiful. Trust me, you can shoot very nice videos there. And the main part of going to different location is to make sure you are getting good scenic views at the same time. You are not getting bothered by people, which happens in India a lot, that people will bother you if you are shooting something, or some government service. Government people will come and they're like, why you're shooting this? Why do you have permission? So these you want to get away from these problems when you are going for a location shooting. So this is why I would suggest you to go Goa, less of trouble. Then in Nepal, of course, you can go anywhere and you shoot, no problem, because it's a tourist destination. Then my take will be Russia for sure. It is European vibe is there. And the best part is this pocket friendly. Why? Because the currency of India and Russia is almost same. So that means you are investing anything, or you're buying anything, or you're doing anything, you are spending actually equal to India.
Yeah.
So that way it is not going to be heavy on your pocket. And the last would be just an extra. If you want to go, then if you want a little more pocket friendly, then go to Georgia. The currency of Georgian currency is little lower than India. So that means you are if you are investing 100 there, so for example, your Indian currency, what I'm talking, sorry. Basically, Indian currency values more there. So that's why your expenses will be more or less there. So you will enjoy more time and you will spend less and you will have good product output.
And
so
it's
these
beautiful.
Are my
it's what kind of scenic view is there?
See, the vibe is actually full of mountains, full of great your European art and the Russian art. Trust me, Russian architecture is very different from what you are seeing in different countries. You will get to notice different kind of mosaic work which you can see in Russian USSR era, which have been done in Russia, Moscow, different places. So I have personally preferred to shoot in St. Petersburg, Moscow, and Konakovo, which is in Tver district in Russia. So these places I have been personally, and I find myself in a good place. Why? Because people were very supportive. At the same time, the climate was very supportive. Why? Because being a person from music industry, you want to make sure that the shoots and the quality of product which you're shooting should be in a good time frame, and you have that time frame which is required for shooting that shot, which is not possible in India. Why? Because in India we have golden hours only for few hours. That means if your golden hour starts at 4 p.m. in the evening, it will get over only in, for example, 6 or 7 in the evening. Whereas in Russia, the golden hour starts from 4 in the evening, it gets over at 11 or 11:30 at night. So the time frame is very big for doing creative work for that golden hour shot. So this is why I prefer Russia. This is my take for that question.
And one website, if you can tell, means which can help the learners and beginners.
Currently, there is nothing better than YouTube to explore your knowledge. Why? Because there are different producers, different artists, different big people. For example, there are different big producers who are sharing their knowledge, their takes in music, how they do things. So you just Google what you need to learn, and you will surely gonna have an answer on Google for whatever you are looking for. So that is how I learned personally. That I learned production of music, I learned editing work, I learned recording work, I learned video editing work, all on YouTube. Nowhere else. I just kept on Googling, kept on getting my answer.
The only one website is YouTube. Go to YouTube and you can learn anything. Yeah.
The bigger one is your curiosity. If you have the eager to learn, then only you will learn. So you always have that hunger to learn, then only you will learn things. This is my take for that.
Thank you so much, Shaskvir. It's like an honor, I should say, that I'm here with you, and I myself learned a lot of things, and hopefully my students will definitely take up there are a lot of takeaways from this session. Anything you would like to add at the end, that will be appreciated.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here, and I'm glad that I got an opportunity to share my experience in life, in music field especially. And what my suggestion will be that make sure whatever decisions you make in your life, you have to be ready to stand on it. You can't just decide one day this, next day that. So if you take a decision that you want to do something in life, take a hardcore decision that you decided, and you will do everything what is required for the dream or whatever step you have taken to achieve the success in that. So this is my final answer for your question.
Thank you so much, Shashvir. It's really nice meeting you, and the session is superb. And hopefully, my learners will, learn a lot of things, especially who are having hobby in music and want to pursue, it professionally. So, thank you so much. See you. Okay. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Niharika. Have a great day.